Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together if my computer stays on. I'm a little late today because the computer just wouldn't behave itself. So there we go. And did you notice my little intro there? I have that. I figured that out. I got that in there. This is what we have for now. And let me do another test in case you haven't seen it. And I'll get to the messages in a second here. I can't see them yet, but I want to play this one more time for those of you who might not have heard it. And let me know if you can hear it in the... And there it is. A short, very short little intro. All righty then. Well, let's go over here and check. Oh my goodness, we've got truth questers here like crazy. Look at this. Hello, Mud Rabbit. Oh, thank you very much. Nice photo. Well, hello, Peggy Dancer. Welcome to the program. I'm doing okay. And I hope that Mud Rabbit's doing okay. I hope that everyone is hunkering down for all the rain and all that stuff. Get your umbrellas out. And for heaven's sakes, there's no better time to fly a kite. I'd say, you could probably, use up all your string. So get yourself a kite. Maybe not. I don't know. You might want to, bring a parachute just in case, right? Ride the storm. Ride it. That'd be kind of fun. I lived through one hurricane, and that was enough for me. Fiona dumped quite a bit, so the grounds are already soaked. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. I had an idea to help prevent from floods. Maybe I'll share that with everybody here today. Yes, we're praying for all of our friends there. Yeah, Gloria Paddock, she's up there. She's going to be in the thick of it too there. Oh my goodness, Operation Shutdown. We're just on Range of Strange where the outrageous is contagious. And the paranormal is the new normal. There we go. Oh, cool. Hello, Hot Topics. Sucks. Hello, Dark Brain. Good to see you here. And what's this? What's this? Oh my goodness. Catherine Weiss, thank you so much for the super chat. Wow. Thank you very, very much. Unreal. I'm very blessed. Thank you so much. You truth questers rock. Take a sailboat out, yeah. You could probably get some really, really good mileage there, or no, not mileage. It's what, knots? No, that's the speed. Something like that. And good to see you, Operation Shutdown, and our good buddy Dark Brain. Thank you very much, Dark Brain. You're awesome. And everybody here is awesome. We're like just the coolest folks. All right. I was trying to get something ready to show you all, but my confuser just wouldn't let me do it. So let me just tell you, without looking it up and putting it up on screen, because I think that might just kick me out. So I saw this disturbing item come across today, and it was talking about this new kind of a liquid robot, this nano ferro. It's like magnetic. It's this black kind of stuff that forms. You can like, it can be manipulated, and if you attack it and like break it apart, all the pieces would just be another one of them. It's like, are you kidding? They're literally developing end time, the means for end times. That's it. What are they doing? Isn't there something better they could be doing? They're putting their minds to, oh, let's just figure out some way where we can make like a liquid magnetic robot that would be like indestructible. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, AI could take it over and take over the world. Yeah, I guess it could, but well, maybe it won't. Yeah, let's keep going with this. Who's doing this? Who are these mad scientists? If let me tell you this, if they're telling us this, what are they doing behind our backs? Think about that. It's not a pretty sight. And of course, you've all seen the robots, these crazy, like some of them look like dogs, some of them look like sort of like people, and they show some army dudes like whacking them with bats, and they got loaded guns, and man, why would you even? Ferrofluid, yes, I think that's it. Dark brain, yeah. Oh man, it's so scary. Think about that. It's like, well, I guess it's kind of like what, Terminator, right? Kind of like you shoot the metal and it's got a hole in it for a brief moment, and it kind of like fixes itself. That's where we're at, folks. We're right there. No, we're not thinking of ways to make life better for the average person. No, no, no. We're thinking of new ways to destroy all life on the planet. Wow. Oh, there it is, ferrofluid. Well, that's awesome, Mud Rabbit. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I'm going to try and, should I try and get that, link? Let me try. Well, let me try to get the link-a-rooney here. Okay. All righty. Let's see. There's the link. Okay. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay. All right. Let's get that up there. Let's see if we can do this. And did you all see the intro? What did you think about that? Did you like that? It's only like 8 seconds long, so it's not too much to suffer through. I don't like those really super long intros some of these shows have, you know? I like it nice and short and sweet. Thank you, Mud Rabbit. Thank you very much. All right, let's get that up there, shall we now? Here it is. Let's just get that rolling here. And this is from Bob Products, ferrofluid display, programmable liquid metal professional exhibit. So this is just what they're exhibiting, you know, for trade shows and whatnot. Let's take a look at this. Well, we don't need the music, do we? It might be licensed. So here it is. Look at this. This is all controlled. This is all like wild. So I wonder if it's sound controlled or just digitally controlled or both. Pretty cool stuff, huh? Yeah. So you can imagine these things. There's a puddle and you don't think anything of it. All of a sudden it starts following you. And then you look around and, oh, there's another puddle. I didn't notice that puddle a second ago. And you start walking, it starts following you. Maybe it looks like a dog and it's running and it's this liquid stuff. Scary stuff. You kick it, comes apart, and then you got all these little ones coming after you. Not cool, baby. Not cool. I don't like that. That ain't cool, baby. That ain't cool. Homie don't like that. Homie don't like that. Graphene oxide, yes. Right. Well, let's just turn off this guy's advertisement for himself. Alrighty then. Well, that was interesting. Yeah, it's obviously that's just like a display that this company is offering. But they've developed it so that you basically can't kill it. Kind of like those worms. There's certain type of worms where if you cut them in half, you don't kill it, but now you got two worms. That kind of same thing. That kind of same scary type thing. Okay? That. I just think that this, why on earth are we, man, you know? Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. The feral fluid monster is loose. Some crazy hacker has control of it. It's going towards his high school. Yeah. What do they think is going to happen? Something's going to happen. I mean, what if some super smart hacker with some kind of axe to grind hacks into some of these, robot warriors that are armed to the teeth, and they all of a sudden just break free and arm themselves and go on a rampage? That could happen. Just saying. Just saying. Hello, Cheryl and Mad Pogue. Okay. Hello there.
Hey, Mike. What's happening?
Hey, Mike. You're on the air.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
This is Mike the fireman.
Oh, my gosh. Must be the Monday of all Mondays right now.
It's Monday. It's Monday. Yep.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of your stuff on Friday, a few days back. And, oh my gosh. And, we had our good friend on there that's having some issues with his legs.
Oh, yeah.
Worm time.
It's terrible. Horrible, horrible stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. He said he was doing better. And I was, I just cranked that up right during dinner time, and then I just had to shut it off.
Yeah. I had to, there's certain things, I'm really glad that there are doctors that do that type of stuff, because I couldn't do that kind of stuff,
No, and I'm usually not the queasy or whatever, but ever since you were like, hey, and you were like pulling for your audience, I appreciated that a little bit there.
Yeah.
And it was just an unsettling moment, and telling right there, whatever. No, I tried. I called earlier about an hour ago.
Oh, really?
And I wasn't sure if you were going to be on air or not, and you're probably preparing.
Yeah, I didn't even hear the phone ring. I must have been in the room or something. I don't carry my phone with me all the time. I don't like the signals always getting me, or something like that.
Oh, come on. We all love that interface in our brain. You know what I mean? Come on, yeah.
Well, yeah. It is what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hear you. No, yeah. What is going on tonight? I'm not on a loop,
Okay. Well, we just got started because my computer was giving me issues today on keeping going without freezing. So I just talked about something I saw today. These nano ferrofluid robots that are like this liquid malleable stuff that can take any form, and they're robots, and they've equipped them with AI, and now they're indestructible because if you try to smack them, throw them into a million different little pieces, they all come at you. Then they all have the same goal. So you can never kill them. It's like the worms that you cut in half, and you got two worms, that kind of thing.
It's like Elon is trying to prove that this platform is full of these things. Hey,
Yeah.
I can see a correlation here for sure.
Mm-hmm. So how's your back? How's your back doing, my friend?
I'm teetering back and forth, and the guy that's doing the work says this is normal. You're gonna feel on days, off days, and all that. And here's the cool thing. Within the last 2 or 3 days, I've referred like 5 or 6 people to this guy.
Okay. Good.
And they're all elated to hear there's just something out there that might give me this hope.
Yeah.
And that's the weirdness of the whole thing. It's just so weird.
Right.
And you heard that I got approved for my work comp through this guy.
Right. Yeah. You got lucky. You got lucky.
Yes. I'm so blessed. This is just amazing. So I've shared it to some other people. So today I did some, oh my gosh. Hold up a second. These are the coyotes or ambulances going by. I got to step out here.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you can hear this. It's like 200 yards up on the field here. I got coyotes going off big time.
Coyotes?
Oh yeah, my Chesapeake sitting right here by me, like watching by my feet. They're close. They're very close right now.
Now you can usually tell you have coyotes because there's a lot of empty Acme boxes everywhere, and roller skates with rockets on the back of them and things like this.
There you go. I always remember the chicks fighting each other over dudes back in the day. They were swinging roller skates at their faces. I mean, those are some mean chicks back in the day.
What?
And I don't know if I was in Thunder Bay or Iowa, because let me just tell you, the chicks were mean back in them days. Whew.
Now are you talking roller derby type things or what?
Roller skates back in the 80s, man, that was a big thing. And there was always some chick that had her girlfriend or boyfriend, and it was a big thing. Like, I'm a roller skate girl, and it was just weird.
Dancing queen. It's the ABBA thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I can see it. Yeah, I remember that. We used to go to a place called Cheapskate. And
we had the Roll Arena East or whatever.
Oh, the Roll Arena. I like that.
Yeah. And I remember oh my God. this is like 82 or something. This is back before Mike was even duck hunting. 82, you're in this like roller arena, and there's chicks like killing each other over dudes.
What?
And they had these like little circle tables. And it was like a little place where you sat and you met people or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they had like little booth up on the side where you got the little prizes.
And the DJs blaring the songs out.
Yeah, just crazy stuff. Well, then you roller skate, and then here's some fat dude, and this one dude, he was huge, he was giant belly, and his shirt said "Home of the Whopper," and there was an arrow pointing straight down. Yeah.
Oh no! Hey.
That's the weirdness that back then. That's what I remember back in the day.
Wow.
This is 70s stuff, dude. This is crazy.
Wow.
You know. Home of the Whopper.
Zoinks.
He's got this arrow pointing right down.
My goodness. That's wow. Wow. Yeah. Yowza.
Exactly. Weirdness.
Now I remember. Now I was not a very good roller skater with the typical. I guess I just really didn't do it often enough. And whenever I was at Cheapskate, and I would get a little bit more confident and going around, and then some girl would be like going backwards in front of me and going
exactly,
and she'd go.
They were taunting. They were taunting you.
No.
Scenario,
Here's
and here I am.
No.
Young dude.
No, that's not what happened. No, that's not what happened to me. What happened to me was, so the girl would go, and this happened more than one time. They go, okay, now just turn around. You're doing good. I said, no, I can't. I'll fall. She goes, no. You just turn around. You'll be fine. You'll be going backwards like me. And I said, no, I'll just fall down. And she said, no, go like this. And she physically turned me, and I went straight down every single time. Then they don't talk to me anymore because I can't turn around.
I know. It's so cruel. The skating world is so cruel. I'm telling you. And then there's some fat dude with this giant shirt on, like, oh, I'm Home of the Whopper.
Yeah.
I'm like, who are you? You nasty uncle dude. Get out here.
Hey.
It was such a weird situation. It was like 3 stack with like crystals and the whole thing with a raft going down the side of a mountain. And they're like, land of lost. No. It's just weird, and we lived it. We lived that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was a kid. I went to school with this kid, and he went roller skating there too. And I saw him in school one day, and he had a new pair of Nikes on when Nikes first came out. And I said, hey, those are pretty nice shoes. Where'd you get those? Cheapskate. I said, oh, I didn't know they sold shoes there. And he laughed at me. After a while, I thought, wait a minute. He didn't buy them there. He stole them there. Man. Yeah. So be careful, kids, when you take off your shoes at the roller rink. Keep an eye on them, all right? You never know.
I'm telling you. And there's jealous chicks that want to fight over some dude. They're going to swing their skates at each other's face. It gets ugly.
Dude, I never experienced this. I never saw this. So this is something new to me. I think when I was skating was a lot earlier than when you were. So maybe a trend.
I guarantee you're a decade ahead of me. But the same thing was going on.
Really? I didn't see it.
It was like Battle of the Beast or something.
I don't know, man. I guess I didn't. I maybe I just didn't go often enough. I went a few times. It wasn't something I was super good at, so it's not something I really wanted to do very much.
No, you had to have that super T-shirt that said "Home of the Whopper."
Oh God!
Pointing to your junk.
No.
And you were somebody, and then come on, and then like all these other chicks are like, "I'm gonna kill the other girl that thinks she likes you." I mean, it's just way weird, No wonder we're all so scarred. And then you think we're bad? What we grew up with was just normal barbaric stuff. Look what can you tell me now what's going on with all this? Oh, your kid now needs to be transgender.
No.
Yeah.
Homie don't do that. Homie don't play that. Homie, don't play
Come
that.
on.
Homie, don't play that. No. Homie, don't
this
play
is the
that.
crazy world we're living in now. I mean, come on. You know? Whew.
Hey, do you ever wonder how movie makers made special effects back before CGI?
Well, theater and Ultimate Wrestling, All-Star Wrestling, and that's all there was back in the day. And my dad and I followed both of it. And my dad's all like, "You Chinese fuckers are so energetic.
Hey.
So energetic they are." And he would say that.
Okay. All right.
We were just like, "Oh my God, we really believe these were so energetic."
You're cutting out a little bit, buddy.
You know?
You're cutting out a little bit there.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was. 80s was a good time, man. It was.
Yeah.
We
didn't even get it. It was like, oh my God, these people just kung fu theater. We just keep on and on and on. It's just like, there's no end to it. The energetic. It's like, now where are we now? I mean,
we are at the precipice. That's where we are, and we're you know what? It's a glorious day because Italy went ahead and voted themselves in their first female leader, who's a right-wing person, who's a woman of faith, and someone who's a nationalist. So this.
I heard something on And We Know how Italy was stepping up, and I didn't hear that part.
Mm-hmm.
Was that part of it? Did you hear something on And We Know or something?
No, I did not hear it there. I heard it somewhere else. I can't remember where, but it's all over the place. It's all over the intranet.
There's other parts of the world that are now stepping up.
Yep.
And I sent you something a couple weeks ago about the hospital systems are being held accountable, or the people with misconduct on the jab.
Mm.
There's stuff going on right now where there's people like saying, "Hey, you misrepresenting."
Right.
You have totally misrepresented this.
Mm.
And now there's accountability starting.
That's about time.
It is totally time. So FYI, I don't remember exactly what it was, or if it was an And We Know thing or whatever, but there is entities out there throwing down and saying, "Hey, you're messing up." So there's people throwing out the scenario right now, saying, "Hey, wait a minute, what'd you do this for?" And no, there's time to repay for this, and you've made this mistake. So it's not all for nothing.
Yeah. Well,
we have people looking.
Speaking of old entertainment, I have on the screen right now. You might not be able to see it, but there's a meme. It's George Barris, yes, of the Gong Show, holding the gong thing right in front of the gong, and a picture of Sleepy Joe in the foreground. And it says, "I think it's time." Yeah, give him the gong. Give him the gong. It's time, baby.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's totally time. Well, I think a lot of people, so many more people have woken up because of this clown in there. Can you imagine trying to
look at all the deaths and look at all.
Oh, did you hear?
I mean, this is biblical. It's biblical. And can we really sit here and go, "Hey, pop your popcorn" and all that, like we've been saying?
Hey, did you hear what happened in the Senate today, or the House, or wherever it was, or maybe it was some committee or whatever?
No.
What was it? No, I can't remember. Someone asked, are we ever going to hear anything? It was about the J6. Are we ever going to hear anything about the Ray Epps? And the guy, I think Swalwell, freaked out. Well, he's just trying to be a normal guy. That's one of your guys, and you guys should just be thankful that you have one more voter because you're losing so many voters. And he just really sidestepped the whole question and just attacked and just made irrelevant statements that made no sense at all. I mean, there are people rotting in prison in the DC gulags right now.
Yep.
Who were just let in, stayed within the velvet ropes, ushered in by the Capitol Police, and they're in solitary confinement when Ray Epps, the guy that was pushing to do it the day before and the day on camera, he's sitting there, free as a bird, never even questioned. You bring them up and they just freak out. It's you can tell that they are just skating on the edge of being just totally. It's going to be court-martial for all these people, right? Something like that.
Well, here's the thing. Think about it. It's crimes against humanity, and the military's the only way. I mean, think about it.
Yep.
All right, so we don't know anything about constitutional law. That's what we know as citizens. We don't know. But what we're looking at right now is constitutional law. And the military will be involved in this. I mean, seriously, that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know the implications and all that, and we just want to see equal justice and all that.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen until certain things happen.
Right.
All right. And look how Trump has been posting Q stuff or iterating Q stuff through that.
Right.
We've got the deep state reeling right now. We are truly in the offensive. He said, now we're going to be in the offensive. They're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
What is the deep state going to do? Okay, so if fake news is saying, oh my God, we have this QAnon stuff. Now, what's the normies going to start looking at?
No. Well,
right? First they said it was somebody in their mom's basement.
Right.
Bullshit.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You
know,
this
it's
is waking people up. This is the next phase of something. And
oh yeah.
They know this stuff. They're playing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So here's the thing. We've known for a long time. Look, you followed it. You did this. You did that. You listened to all your guys, and you said, "Look, it's mathematically impossible for this not to be correct." Now, your major Q plus dude is even just reiterating this stuff. And he's toying with the fake news.
Yeah.
Right?
You know,
I mean,
I love the way Trump trolls, man. Even talking, ridiculing Biden about his very small 12-person rallies. But then he'd go and but he did have really nice circles. Those circles were really very professional. I might just steal that idea. Those are really nice looking, but he couldn't even fill them.
yeah, exactly.
He's the king of trolls, man. He could make a fortune giving webinars on how to be a troll.
But even look at his show, look at everything. And then look back in 91, he says, well, if they need me and the country is going to get this way, maybe I'd step in. Dude, this has been planned forever.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody thought it was just like Trump coming in.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
okay,
did you?
Guess what? Fucking quit.
Hey, did you see that video today? A very short little clip from a long time ago when Trump was a lot younger. And it was that, who's that ugly female comedian that Kathy Griffith. So Trump is sitting down. Trump is sitting down at this restaurant eating something or with some people, and all of a sudden Kathy Griffith comes up to him and says, he goes, I don't have time for this. And she goes, just a moment. I give to you a new magazine. It's like Scuzz or something. And it has a picture of Donald Trump. It says, your new president below it. This was many, many years ago. So yeah, they've been knowing this was coming for a long time.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I've told a lot of people my analogy way back in a day, and I think I've explained it to you and these guys, you know. Oh my gosh. So they've all known each other for a long time. You've got Skull and Crossbones, you've got all these groups. They've all been above us for so long. But they divided because certain ones found out that, oh, we do have value and we do care about the people. And the other side, no, we're just satanic and blah, blah, blah. We have all the, you know, we could care less about abortion and all this other stuff against God. Well, they've divided, and God is real, and that's the big thing. God is totally real. We're in a moment right now in time where it's like, okay, people are making their mark because they have to for whatever reason. They're getting a push, and it's like, okay, you want to talk about Mark of the Beast and all that stuff, and this blah blah time. If you want to really look at, okay, if we could break it down to like who's going to be the Antichrist and all that stuff.
Mm.
We are in the mark. We are in time.
Yeah.
And when you've seen 2020 happen, with all the evil out there, with all the minions, and all their people out there that they had, that's a lot of evil compiled against the people right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. You know?
Yeah.
And that's what you're witnessing right there, is how much evil there is in humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you hear what happened today? What
No.
Putin did?
No.
Edward Snowden has been granted citizenship of Russia by Putin. He's a citizen of Russia now.
Okay, well, I see that as a good thing in a way.
Yeah. Well, he's also CIA. He was CIA before he was NSA. So once you,
because there were certain news agencies that wanted to pull him in to hear his story before we heard anything else that was good.
Right.
And he is controlled.
Of course he is. Yes, I think he's a plant by the CIA to try to disrupt the NSA.
Meanwhile,
who they
Julian
compete with.
Assange is being persecuted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Julian Assange needs to be freed.
I
ASAP.
think everybody that you know and I know and that we've thought about stuff can see through some of this stuff. I mean, it's not easy.
No.
This is not an easy thing to see through.
No.
And there's evilness here. You know, it's true evilness, you know.
Yeah. But hey, we're starting to see
let's talk about
things.
Seth Rich and all that stuff. Come on. I guarantee you, before you and I are freaking farting dust, we're going to hear the stories of this stuff. And then the bottom is going to get to it. You know? But did we hear the bottom of Corey Phelps and Corey Hammond talking about Weinstein and all the stuff they went through with him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They came out in the 80s, remember, with Goonies and all that. Hey,
yeah.
And they were coming out going, there's these upper people that are bad. They were being abused from way back when. And they try to come out and no one even listened to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how sick our society is.
Yeah.
Hence why I just quit my union and now I'm a piece of shit out here. I'm getting some flashbacks here and there too because of that.
Well, unions used to be much more important than they are now, I think.
Well, there is a good point for it here in time, here and there.
Right.
But deep state is taking advantage of it.
Exactly.
Because
It's controlled.
you send money every year, and they say, hey, you're just going to, you're a Democrat, blah, blah, blah. So you send money every year. And a lot of your members are still voting for Trump because they realize, something ain't right here. But yet you're sending this big chunk of money right up the chain, and it's like, it ain't good.
Well, but there's good things.
There were times in our history where it worked out, and it was good for the average worker and people. But right now, I try to wake the people up and say, hey, you're being a useful idiot to the situation. And most people won't get it right now. They're so brainwashed.
Well, no one wants to admit. No one wants to
admit
admit that they're an idiot either. So.
No, but I'll tell you what. I'll be the person to step up there and go, hey, I made a mistake. And I'm going to be the first one to sit up there and go, well, there's a lot of people that fought and died for this country. And we do have a Bill of Rights and a Constitution. And we do have 10 Commandments. So you're going to listen to all these yahoos out there that are going to let foreign people into our country so they can vote. And they can do all these other things. And yet you're not going to sit there and go, maybe I've made this mistake and maybe this is what's going on for the country. No, you're going to sit there and go for this MO, this bullshit.
No.
You know, and dude, I'm going to fight till the last fucking stand. There's 10 or 15 dumb fucks in my union.
Okay.
Trying to make life miserable right now.
Well, just in case they're listening, don't call them bad names because that you might hurt their feelings.
Good point. Very good point. But they're after me. And what they're going to do is, what they're going to say is, so we can have trade time. And this winter, when it snows and Mike needs to be gone to help do his snow, they're going to clip me off and railroad me so I can't run my business. That's what's going to go on. Well, yeah.
All you can do is just to do the best you can do, and rely on the people just knowing the kind of work you do. You're not going to lose anything. You're a man of the people, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, let me tell you, all the younger people like me because they know that. Here's the thing, like I talked about before, you form a team. We're all in this together. We're going to do our thing. And you get some of these older dudes that are like, you blah, blah, blah. And they want to just say, I'm the dude, and blah, blah, blah. Well, all these younger people aren't going to listen to that. And I just had a couple of examples earlier. Some really good people that I just talked to earlier tonight that are going to back me up. So it's not that bad.
Yeah, I'm sure that you're a good guy. I don't think anything they do is going to hurt you. I would, I used to work in unions. I've had good and bad experiences. Nothing's all good, nothing's all bad. But hey, if you've been in it, if you've been in it for X amount of years, you should be able to decide whether you want to stay in it or not, if it still suits your needs.
Here's the thing. I paid more union dues than most of these people have their whole freaking time.
There you go.
And all of a sudden, I'm a bad guy because I decided to step back for this last year because there's certain things that I see that I want people to wake up on. And the very ones that I want them to wake up and say, hey, Mike, why you're doing this, they won't do that.
Well, there's a mystery I'm trying to solve. Maybe you can help me on this one. It has to do with the Beatles when they did a gig over there in for a Dutch TV show. Check this out. It's the Fab Four, except who's the drummer? That's not Ringo. That's not Ringo, man. And the song they were singing was "Close Your Eyes." and it'll miss you. Tomorrow I'll kiss you, or I'll kiss you and miss you. Whatever, you know that song. Anyway, so that's the song. So it should have been Ringo, but it wasn't. Some other dude, and he's got a blocky face. They used to have a drummer, and his name was Pete Best. He was a very handsome guy, but he was so handsome that they got rid of him, and they got the ugliest guy they could find, Ringo. But Ringo couldn't drum very well, so
I heard he was from Henry Dory's Zoo. There you go.
So yeah,
That's
so studio musicians played on his records, the drums. So maybe this was a studio musician, or maybe Ringo was sick, or he forgot how to count to 8 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or his permanent hands got in the way. Who knows? We don't even know.
Yeah. But I got a close up of this character too. It's definitely not Ringo. And it's not a very clear picture, but it's a completely different shaped face, a very blocky, square type of a face.
Yeah. Oh, I had a thought. I heard you talk about the other night, on Friday night, you were talking about rockabilly. What is your take about, what's the guy's name? Yeah, I shouldn't even say that, because every punk rock dude in this world loved the prison dude. What was his name?
The prison dude. Johnny Cash? Johnny
Cash.
Folsom
so
prison.
He was rockabilly for most all of us punks. Now, my question to you, because I know you're very knowledgeable and you always enlighten us with all kinds of cool stuff. Who else was rockabilly other than Johnny Cash? You know,
I wouldn't consider Johnny Cash rockabilly. I would consider Johnny Cash to be country.
Well, yeah, in a way, but a lot of punks and a lot of stuff that he had and he was tunes, people considered rockabilly in a way.
Okay.
Yeah, from my standpoint.
Popular, possibly. Well, Elvis Presley was one of the standouts, of course. Eddie Cochran, Gene Vincent. Gene Vincent did Bebop-A-Lula. Eddie Cochran did Summertime Blues. Little Richard. Who else? Chuck Berry. There's a lot of rockabilly.
And most of those names,
Stray Cats.
Buddy
Holly.
I didn't have the depth.
Buddy Holly.
Okay, yeah. So I was like a punk back in the day, and the big thing that a lot of the punks liked was Johnny Cash. And said, man, this dude, he's got rockabilly thing down, and you could totally understand it. Yeah. But I didn't have any depth to know who else was there. I didn't have somebody say, hey, you need to check this dude out.
Carl Perkins. Roy Orbison, Pretty Woman.
I remember Roy, yeah, big time, but I didn't have, I never really would have considered he was like rockabilly. You know what I mean?
Well, he came from the same, they all came from the same studio, Sun Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. That's where Elvis came from. That's where Jerry Lee Lewis came from. That's where Johnny Cash came from. That's where Roy Orbison came from. That's where a whole lot of people, and Charlie Rich, he had a big hit, a rockabilly hit back then in the 50s, called Lonely Weekends. And he could have been a big star, but he did not want to play the big arenas. So because he wanted to play the little pubs where he could drink and play the piano, and he didn't want to play the big halls. So
it was and some of those names, they just seem so iconic, and I just wanted to hear what you had to say, and that's really cool listening. You always have really good insight on music and stuff, and I think that's a lot of listeners, and let me just say myself included, we really appreciate your insight on music and stuff like that.
Thanks.
Knowing that your background is,
Thanks.
doing the impersonator stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you're paying attention to stuff that we haven't paid attention to.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start talking about stuff like that, that really excites me. Yeah, because I know I don't know crap from China, whatever you're gonna say, and me telling you that, man, I really appreciate that one guy with his rockabilly stuff, and who else is out there. It's just so cool.
Mm-hmm. You know who else is Bobby Curtola, and that's actually a relative of my friend Johnny. He was a big rockabilly guy up in Canada.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, too cool
Bobby
for school.
Curtola. That's totally cool.
Yeah. So here is that. This is that thumbnail for the show tonight. So there you go. See if you can see something in it. Well, yeah. Oh, and speaking of music as well, coming up next week sometime, hopefully, we're still setting the date. My friend Johnny's going to be on the show. And hopefully we're going to be able to play part of this rare audio tape that shows, it's an audio tape of Prince teaching his band how to play one of his hit songs. So that should be really exciting. It's pretty remarkable that the tape is still around after all these years. So I'm very excited about that.
I remember you talking about Prince. You really excited me about the guy. And there were some other people that were like, scholars of Prince. But when you started talking about him, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
He wrote most of all of his songs. It's just amazing.
He wrote all of his songs. He played all the instruments on most of his songs. He didn't drink. He didn't do drugs. And for a while, he just ate bread and water for a long time. Just bread and water.
Wow.
And just super full of energy. Unbelievable guy. And just a real nice guy. Every time I met him, he was super nice. Super nice guy.
And I've heard that to somebody else before. I can't remember who it was. And then when you're talking about it, you had the next level of stuff to talk about. Oh my gosh, Aaron. It's almost like you were like Buddy Holly's buddy out there right before. You were like the dude saying, maybe you should just get on a scooter and not go on this airplane tonight. It's like you were out there, and you're like trying to say, hey, dude, wait a minute,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you were like the Metallica, the Lars dude that the van didn't flip over and smash his head. You were just the dude that lived, and you were out there trying to tell everybody, hey, just chill here for a second, don't worry about this stuff,
I saw him quite a bit in Twin Cities, and then when I moved to Rhode Island, he went out there and he did the only other show he did for his Under the Cherry Moon tour was in Boston, and I ran down there and I got tickets. Only 200 people got in, and that was quite a show. And when he looked at me, he's like, took a double take. He's like, I think he remembered seeing me from Minnesota. Like, what are you doing out here? That was pretty funny.
Wow.
But yeah, that was a great movie, Under the Cherry Moon, black and white movie he did.
Wow.
Kind of cool.
No, I can sense you were totally in a time warp through some of the stuff.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention yourself and your personality with your coolness of having your own alien channels where the cops try to shut you down. You were in a total time warp, through all this stuff, and it's like, whoo, I can see it. My nerdness comes out over here or whatever, and you've got such a great following of people, all your mods and all your people that follow you all the time. Dude, you're such a squared off person, and I don't know if other people see it this way or whatever, but it's how I see it,
And it's hip to be square too. It's totally hip to be square.
Yeah, exactly. But you lived a lifestyle and you were the Elvis dude. And then you live this part in life where it's like the Americana part, where it's like cool, and you're stuck up there at Sturgeon Bay or wherever the hell you're at now. I don't even know. Whew.
Mayberry.
And
I live in Mayberry, dude.
I'm thinking so. That's awesome. And
I know.
you know what? Dude, rock on. Just keep doing what you're doing, And it's like we have Linda talking about the thick ankle dog face and Thomas, and you threw your number out one night, and I called you, and it's like we've been best friends ever since, and everybody else has been out there right on your wing, and you're just a dude out there throwing it out in front of all of us, I mean, it's great,
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
I mean, seriously, you're a genuine person out there watching this world going on. That's what's going on, and you're just like bringing it all together for us. It's like, look, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fine, and I appreciate that.
Thanks. I have a picture up on the screen right now. And I don't exactly know where this is, and I don't exactly know what it is, but I have a feeling it's something from India, some sort of inside of a temple or something. It's just so ornate. It's just incredible. Unbelievable. The amount of detail, the time it would take to make this, just incredible. I'm telling you, these people, these ancient people in India that built these gigantic multi-story temples, it's unbelievable. All of the art and the design and the technology that went into that stuff thousands of years ago. I mean, it's just incredible. Unbelievable. I mean, it's awe-inspiring, really. So much respect for the architecture of ancient India. Wow. And other parts of the world. All over the world, really. But, man.
I'm hearing you there. Really, thanks for everything you're covering and all that. And, I want to give a shout out to Max tonight. And the other night, I hope he's doing good. Yeah,
me too. Yeah, we're going to pray for him, man. He needs it. So, and also for you, for your back, and for Andy, his eyes and his kidneys.
Yeah, I was hoping tonight, earlier I called you and you didn't answer back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope Andy's on tonight.
I didn't hear it.
And
I didn't hear it.
That was my thing. I was hoping Andy was on tonight, and you couldn't answer me. Cause I just, I hope he's doing good, and I hope everybody's sitting out there looking at the story. Because, man, it's so interesting. And
yeah.
I'm correlating a lot of stuff with a lot of stuff. Let me just tell you. Everything's meant to be for a certain reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no reason why you and I just didn't meet up at some point. I mean, I'm just going to throw that out there right now. There's just no stupid random reason why. I'm going to throw that out there.
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that let that be a lesson to you all. If you put your number out there someplace, maybe you'll make a friend. There you go. Could be. It worked for me. So there you go.
It just wasn't your number. Once I got your number, I had everybody's number. This is deep, you know. I've got the mods, I've got Darkbringer, I've got everybody. Let me just tell you, this is a community, and it just wasn't Aaron and Mike.
Awesome.
You know,
awesome group.
You just stepped off of Linda and Thomas, and you were looking for your way, but yet you found a whole community, and you got people backing you, and that's what's totally cool right there. You know. Totally cool, and I appreciate that every day. And
thanks.
I think about it, and it's real. It's a thing, and you've got real, true people that care, and that's what this boils down to. You know, that's what we're boiling down to. And now, guess what? We've got the 45th president acknowledging Q stuff.
I know it. It's just so awesome. Mudrabbit says we love.
Hold on. How do we even like harness that? How do we even like just grab that and say that's a thing? You know, I mean, this is amazing.
Mudrabbit says we love you too, Mike.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Don't get me teared up over here. Come on. Thank you. You know, thank you.
You're welcome.
Shout out to Max's prayers once again. Max, get better. Keep fighting. Yeah. Everybody out there,
Kelly
let's
Q.
keep our heads up and keep on going. You know, that's all we can do.
Yeah, and Kelly Q says, yes, love you, Mike. You sound good. You sound good. That's good. See?
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome.
You. Let me just tell you, one of my good fire buddies just left my shift. He went to another shift. We're getting some people moving around. We got young people now and all that. Like I said, I left the union. I got some flack coming from some other people. It's ugly. But let me just tell you, there's beautiful people out there, and there's people that understand what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. Some people are not going to understand why I left the union, but we have a mission statement to protect and serve the citizens of our community. But yet, part of our union wants to like uphold the regime and give money all the way up to the top of the chain of the people that have been trying to defund the police and all this. So I had an argument with my union leader, and it wasn't very well handed. And I've got a lot of the younger people in the fire department that are backing me up right now versus some of the older people that don't understand. I gave money for over 25 years, and now they want to treat me like I'm the worst person on this planet.
Terrible.
So I'm waking up some people, and this is part of my awakening phase, and I'm trying to help the group and the community, and I'm trying to like let people know. And my whole thing was, if anybody really cared about the union, you would contact me and ask me why. There's a lot of people that won't even do that. So I will face every persecution that I can for whatever reason that I just made this commitment to. I'm here for the people that fought and died for this country and the military people. That's why I did this. And I told my union leader, where were you when they were trying to defund the police?
Right.
And he had no answers for me.
Right.
All right. So I'm going to let y'all know, not all unions are bad and not all fire people are bad. But what I'm fighting against is bullshit right now. And I'm going to stick my neck out there and they're going to try to, like, what their big thing is now is they want to shut down so we can have trade time. So if I need a day off, they're going to tell this other member that he's anti-union. You can't give him a day off.
Right.
If I need to go to a doctor's meeting or anything, they're going to try to, like, blackmail me. Mm. And there's a handful of them that are doing this. Mm-hmm. Well, I guarantee you, most of the fire department is young people now, and they understand what's going on.
I know how you can stop them from I know how you can stop them from blackmailing you. It'll work every time. Just make sure they don't have any black envelopes.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's what's going on in my little bit of world. But you know what? I live in a good state, mm-hmm. and thank God I didn't have to, like, put up with the jab thing, because there's a lot of people that are hurt and getting sick over that jab thing.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, the sudden adult death syndrome. Terrible.
Yeah.
No one knows the cause. And total mystery. No one knows. So that's something we got to figure out, I guess.
Yeah. So we still live in a very scary world.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody just keep your head up and just understand that at least we have this community and ourselves.
That's
and
a big one.
I'm going to say Aaron answers the phone when I call, and he's helped me more than you guys know. So even you guys being out there now, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So Aaron, thanks to you and thanks to your community that you've come across and brought up.
Well, you're welcome, buddy.
If there's anybody out there hurting and all that stuff, just reach out and just reach out. That's all I can say.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mike. I hope you have a great evening, and we're all rooting for you.
All right. When's Andrew coming back on?
I don't know. He did a show with Gary Anderson last night on the midnight show with Gary Anderson or something like that.
All right. Well, I just hope he's doing good.
He is.
And we need this guy to be able to see and get his books out.
Yeah.
And all that. You know.
I know.
I mean, it's so amazing. I mean, it's like, oh my God. I'm not discrediting him one bit or anything, because who am I? Mm-hmm. And he's putting himself out there. Mm-hmm. He's doing his thing. He's not the only one that said he's seen certain things and done certain things.
Right.
But he is trying to find the bottom of what he's trying to do. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah. Get to the truth.
I find that truly amazing, and I'm not shallow-minded enough not to listen. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I just am amazed at his memory, how he can remember certain details from so long ago, you know.
Listen to how he speaks, you know. That's a whole other level of genius.
Oh,
right
yeah.
There.
Yes. Yeah.
You know.
He has 5 degrees. He has 5 degrees.
It is genius. It's not arrogant. He's not arrogant.
No. He's just intelligent.
Genius.
He's very intelligent.
Yes. Let me just tell you. I mean, if you want to sit back and judge, he's not sitting there looking like that guy.
Right.
He is truly genius.
He is.
You know, I think most people, anybody with half a brain that can just step back and look at something, or just realize that this guy with his knowledge and what he's trying to do, okay, tell me what I did last week. Quit, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, he's got 5 degrees. That's really hard to get. Although I got 98.6 degrees.
Yeah, there you go. No, kudos to you, Aaron, for having the insight to let him come on and say, hey, you're just going to be the moderator and all that. No, very kudos to you, you know, and it just shows that it's not your testosterone level at you. It's my show. No, your mods are backing you up and you have great people following you because you're a good person. That's what
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that,
right.
dude.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right.
I'm still working on the back thing, and I'm hoping that a couple more weeks that it will make a huge difference, and I can come on here and say, yeah, I'm cured. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so let's just see what happens from there.
All right.
You know?
We're rooting for you, buddy.
All right. Good night.
All right. Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Well, what a nice surprise that was. Oh, yeah. It says missed call 3 hours ago. I might have been out shopping. I had to go shopping earlier. Yes. What a nice call from our friend Mike, the fireman. And here is a very close picture of Jupiter. And now Jupiter is the closest it's been in 59 years. So if you get a chance to go outside and take a look up where Jupiter would be, up in the sky there. Yes, I was on Dark Outpost on September 22nd, and you can see that on Rumble. Thank you, Mudder, for putting that link in. Also, I'm going to be on Dark Outpost again with David Zublik and Penny L.A. Shepherd on October 4th. So, October 4th. Noon to 1 p.m. There you go. So on Dark Outpost, October 4th, 12 noon to 1 p.m. And also another time in November on November 8th. 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So there you go. Those are the other 2 times that I will be on there. So there you go. It's a fun little show. They do a good job. They have a lot of guests on there, so you can see a lot of information on there. So go check it out. A lot of interesting people, a lot of 9/11 truth people and stuff like that too. So a good, a nicely rounded amount of truthers coming onto there and talking, giving their point of view. So there you go. Thank you, Mud Rabbit. Yes. Yeah. Let me see here. And Mud Rabbit just put in the chat. I can't get to it right now, but Secure Team 10 put out a new video today, and he's back on the moon, the old moon footage and photographs, and he's finding things. This is a zoom in, something on the horizon above the edge of the moon, something floating there. What is it? Who knows? It's something. It's certainly not a crater. It's way above where a crater would be. It's kind of fuzzy, but it's something. What is it? Doesn't look like a fleck or an artifact on the film or anything. It looks like it's something that's actually physically there. It's very interesting. So check out Secure Team 10. He's got lots of really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. He sure does. He does indeed. Indeed. Um, you know, I saw this today. Let me get this up there. Looks like some kind of modern art. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, if you watch that show on Dark Outpost, I was having some technical difficulties in the first part, but it did clear itself up. So yeah. Here we go. This is what I wanted to show you. And this is, you know, we think about how our country was founded and all of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. You know, by signing the Declaration of Independence, the 56 Americans pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. It was no idle pledge. 9 signers died of wounds during the Revolutionary War. 5 were captured or imprisoned. Wives and children were killed, jailed, mistreated, or left penniless. 12 signers' houses were burned to the ground. 17 lost everything they owned. Think about that. 17 lost everything they owned. Maybe 17 has something to do with these people who lost everything. No signer defected. Their honor, like their nation, remained intact. Yes. That's an awesome one, I would say. Freedom isn't free, folks. And it took a lot of doing to get this cart rolling. And we need to keep it rolling. And if we all do our part, we can turn this ship around. Each of us steering a little different part of the boat, helping to break the waves and turn this ship around and enjoy our freedoms and reinforce them. Yes. Indeed. Now, if you're looking for some art something to spruce up your room or your house, your office, I think this would be good. Of course, it's maybe just my taste, but anyway, I think this is really cool. Yeah, the Batmobile. Not one of those new Batmobiles, the original Batmobile. Yeah. Do you know there's a guy that's making copies of this? Really accurate copies? Does a fabulous job. So cool, man. Too cool for school. They're 19 feet long. 19 feet! I have to add on to my garage. My garage will have like these big fin areas in the back that allow for big, gigantic fins. Bat fins. Yeah. And you know, if you want to know where the bulk of that design came from, take a look at the Ford Futura from 1955. It was a concept car. Same windshield, double bubble windshield, same headlights. And the fin was just a little bit different. They made the fins a little bit more broad to be more like a bat, but they were already there. Of course, they widened the wheel wells up because that line went straight in front of the wheels and covered half of the wheels, like a fender skirts. But George Barris changed that, which I think was a smart move. Makes it look faster. Although, if it was covered, it would be a little more bulletproof, you know, for a crime-fighting vehicle, if you think about it. But looks-wise, I'm glad that he did that. Oh, you call your old rattle can black Ford pickup the Batmobile? All right. You know, I loved about Batman and the way Adam West played it. He played it so hilariously. Like he'd say, "To the Batmobile, Robin. We haven't a moment to lose." So he'd say, "To the Batcave, Robin," really quickly. Then he'd say really slowly, "We haven't a moment to lose." Really slowly. It's like, you already lost a moment. So funny. So hilarious. And you know, the iconography, the look of the car, the design of the car, awesome. The costumes were incredible. The sets were amazing. Even the villains were unbelievably cool and very imaginative and colorful. The music was even really, really cool. I mean, it had everything. And the colors of this show. I mean, if you had a Technicolor TV, a color TV back then, you were getting your money's worth when Batman came on, because all those colors, man. And you know, Burt Ward is still on Facebook. Go and befriend him there. He's my friend on Facebook. Very cool. So there you go. The Batmobile. I love that when he said, "I never said I'm Batman. I never had to say I was Batman. I just showed up and people knew who I was." I never said I'm Batman. I just showed up and people knew who I was. That is hilarious. That's so cool that he got to say that. Incredible. Incredible. Yes, the Batmobile. Someday, you know, maybe if I win the lottery, get me one of those Batmobiles. That would be so cool. You know, you can rent them out for fundraisers and, you know, exhibit at certain malls or whatever, and help to raise awareness for different causes. People do some really cool things with their Batmobiles. And there's a number of them out there now. 19 feet long. Can you imagine parallel parking that thing? But I don't think it comes with the bat turn. Remember the bat turn? The car would stop and something would go down underneath it and it would pivot. It would turn all the way around and go the other direction. So it would spin. The bat turn. I don't think that the Batmobiles come with that. That would be a cool feature to add, wouldn't it? Maybe I could get my brother to help me put that feature onto it, because that was cool. The bat turn. The bat turn. I wonder if I could find that on video. The bat turn. Yeah. Oh, you know what else, folks? I wanted to check this out. Now, Some of you at the beginning saw the new intro. It's actually my old intro. But there's also music clips. So I wanted to play these, and this is supposed to be background music. Now, tell me if you can hear this. I can hear it. Okay, that's acoustic cinematic. Here is dance pop. I don't know about that one. Daydreaming. Boring. Feeding the ducks. That's not bad. Feeding the ducks. Next one's Into Space. This one's not bad. Feeding the ducks. It's a jam. We might just start rapping. Christmas rapping. So now we have background music. Isn't this nice? And it's all like duty free. It's kind of weird. Some of it's weird. We're just checking them all out here, all right? How's that sound? Oh, rock. That's kind of cool. Rock. I like that. That's kind of cool. We'll go back to feeding ducks. I kind of like the feeding ducks. What do you think? Yeah. Is that too loud? I don't know. Feeding the ducks. Hey, baby, we're feeding the ducks right now. I like that. Yeah, now I don't like it. This is daydreaming. I don't know. This is cooler. It's supposed to be background music, so I'm trying to turn it down a little bit. Maybe it's just too, I don't know. Who knows? We'll let it go for a while. Not too loud. I think I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Now it's a little much. But it's, at least it's lively, right? Isn't that right? Hey, we're jamming. Alrighty then. We're rocking now. Now, if I get a copyright strike now, I'll be upset. Because this is their duty-free music. Royalty-free. Apparently. Yeah, I gotta find the songs Johnny made for me for my toy company, for the Super Cube and the Yotop. It's pretty cool. I'll have to find it. It was on my other computer, but my other computer is gone now. So Maybe have it on disc somewhere. I hope. A ton of discs. There you go. Turn it down a little more. Let's go back to comments. Not too loud. All right. All right. Well, let's see what else we have here for you, friends. Here's another thing from Secure Team 10's latest video that he found amongst the moon, the various different moon anomalies from the moon missions. Look at that. Now, I think that little magnifying glass there is artifact from taking a screenshot. But I don't think that, but I don't know what that is. It's kind of fuzzy. It's very strange. There seems to be a round disc right above a donut-shaped something or other. I don't know. Almost like, you know what it kind of looks like? It kind of looks like a handheld beater. Like you turn the crank and it beats the eggs or something. Very large one. Very large one. So yeah, there's all sorts of mysteries in the official photos from NASA on the moon. And what are these things? You know, it might not be anything. It might just be some kind of something that happened in the dark room. Oops. I dropped my lollipop on it or something, or, you know, who knows? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe something was moving. Although part of it looks crisp, other parts look blurred. Stuff around it is not blurred. So are the dark parts shadows, possibly? Hard to know. Very, very strange. Okay, you need to prepare for the hurricane. Okay, we're in its path. And can't evacuate. Oh no. We are sending our prayers, Kelly Q. Let's put a prayer bubble around all of our friends who are in the wake of this hurricane. And you know, when you think about weather, they've weaponized the weather. Is somebody directing this at Ron DeSantis's Florida? Think about it. I think that's a possibility and something we can't discount. But, oh, I was going to tell you my idea to help alleviate flooding in flood zones, in areas where floods happen. This is what I would propose. Might not work in all areas. So maybe next to a river or someplace that floods a lot. What you would do, what I'm proposing in my crazy idea, is to bury empty water towers, like underground water towers, with a filtration system. So the water gets to a certain level of flooding, it just activates the opener, it opens it, it filters it, and that water is stored for future use. And the water going into that storage unit or those storage units would not be flooding the streets then. So it would be a way to help the ground soak up more water in areas where that happens. So I think it would be a feasible thing to do. you'd end up with the end result after a flood. You'd have all these reservoirs filled with water, these like essentially a buried water tower, empty water tower. Now it's full. So now you can direct it. You can either use it for irrigation or filter it for real water towers. So there you go. That's my idea to possibly help flood zones. It would require some serious planning and the Army Corps of Engineers would probably be the ones tasked to do something like that. But I think that would be a good idea. Right through the ground and out to the ocean. There you go, like a loop. The other idea I had specifically to help with hurricanes would be, now, when a hurricane hits landfall, it slows down, right? Its intensity is not as intense because it's hitting trees and buildings, and it's slowing down. So my idea is, before it comes to land, either send out submarines with rapid pumps to pump shafts of water up like trees, like a forest of liquid trees, so that when this wind hits it, it would hit something and diminish the winds as if it was hitting redwoods. I think that might work. Or if there's an area where these things come in all the time, you could just have pipes built in and just shoot them up when you need to. Create walls of these forests of water trees, in a sense. Could it work? I don't know. Works in my mind, but who knows? A lot of fish would probably like it. Hey, we're flying. Hey, let's ride up this thing again. They'd probably love it. Hey, look what the humans did. They finally did something cool. You can ride these tubes to the top and fly all the way down. Well, yeah, you could direct it, though. You could direct it. You could angle it towards the, well, I don't know. I think it would be fun to try. Maybe even on a computer model. Right? Who knows? It's worth a try. I mean, it's better than doing nothing. I remember the one hurricane that I lived through. The deck lid of my car was left open, not by me, somebody else, and it was damaged. That was the only thing that happened. And more windows were broken by taking the tape off of them. They make the X, the big X with the tape on the windows, so if they break, it maybe won't go flying everywhere. But more during the hurricane I lived through in Rhode Island back in the early 80s. It was a very mild one, it must have been. But yeah, more windows were broken taking the tape off than the hurricane actually broke. So there's that. So sometimes they fizzle out, and I hope that's the case for this one. Let's all pray for that. My goodness. Mountains stop hurricanes. That's all we need. We need just some portable mountains. Well, hey, wait a minute. That might be it, Gilligan. Just like when Gilligan would say something, it would sound kind of funny, but it would actually solve the problem. I think you've got it, Mud Rabbit. Mountains. Why didn't I think of that? So let me explain. Holographic mountains. You might say, oh, holographic mountains won't stop anything because holograms are just like a ghost. Wrong! They've got solid holograms. Solid! It's like when you turn them on, they're solid. You can turn off the thing and it's still there. It's solid. So yes, you could project a solid holographic mountain right in the way it could redirect it, even make it kind of loop shaped, U-shaped. Redirect that sucker. Yeah. Corey Good was talking about that, and I think some other people too were talking about advanced technologies like this. Solid holograms. Solid. Tape doesn't work anyway. Yeah. I don't know how it could. I wonder if trains could take hills of Georgia and build up Florida. Oh. Yeah, well, and this just illustrates one of the many, many, many reasons why the aliens do not want this planet. Why would they? There's planets that never have hurricanes. It's just not a very stable place to have a society if you're an interplanetary, one of these alien peoples. It just wouldn't be a good fit. I'm getting kind of sick of this song now. Something mellow. I'm going to turn it down even a little bit more. How's that? Oh God, I might fall asleep. If I fall asleep, somebody wake me up. Oh, I feel like I'm drifting off. Oh, I do remember my first hurricane, Donna. Great-grandmother threw me and my brother into the tub and told us to stay there. Tree came through the roof. Oh my goodness! Really? Wow. Wow. So Mud Rabbit, you've been there a while down in Hurricane Alley there. I heard, now tell me if this is true, I don't know, I heard this, that after hurricanes, typically the buildings left, a lot of the buildings that are left are the dome buildings, the geodesic dome buildings, because they're either spherical shaped, and a sphere is the strongest shape in nature. So maybe they should only build geodesic domes there. I think that'd be cool. I think it'd rock. But they just hold up better because wind goes around them. Yeah, boy, we had a tornado scare when I was living up north. Oh man, at Frontier Wilderness Campground, was living there, and there was a tornado warning, and it was nasty, and the campground had no basement. See, Door County is all bedrock. So if you want a basement, you have to blast for it. So basements aren't very common unless you're in an area that has a lot of dirt. So what happened was there was a neighbor across the street from Frontier Wilderness, and it was a pretty big house, and they had a basement. So we all went over there. All the people in the campground went over there, and it was we were hunkered down for a while, and it blew over after a while, and everybody was safe. It was just a precaution, but yeah, that was kind of scary because there was no place to. I mean, if those neighbors hadn't have been there and been so nice, we wouldn't have any place to go to be safe in case of an emergency. So I hope that everyone finds a safe place. I know exactly how it feels to be in a place that is not safe during a horrible situation like that. And a hurricane is a heck of a lot bigger than a tornado. A tornado is very small compared to a hurricane. So yeah, wow. Yeah, that was something else, I'm telling you. Another time, oh man, another time in Minnesota when I was a teenager, oh man, there was a tornado, and guess what we wanted to do? Three of us, there was three of us, wanted to go chase this tornado. And so what did we get in? An MG midget. Three of us in an MG midget. Do you know how cramped that was? Okay, we're listening to the radio. Okay, it went over. Oh, look at the wind over here. I think we're in it. The wind is going. We're in this little teeny car. What were we doing? Wow, looking for adventure. Man, a wind egg. There you go. Anything spherical is very, very strong. Very strong shape. Nature's strongest shape. Closer to a sphere you get, stronger it is. Yes, frame construction can be bad in a hurricane, category 5 or 4 or 5, yeah. Oh. Houses of CBS construction or poured concrete are the best. The dome in Key West has been there for years and never got blown down. See? That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for verifying that. I think that would be a smart thing. I mean, it sure would be a boom for the geodesic people. Most homes these days are CBS, cement, CBS, cement, something. I guess I can look that up. Well, folks, I think we're going to cut this one short. Just shy of 2 hours. What do you say about that? Are you liking the background music? Cement block structure. Oh, I see what you're saying. Cement block structure, CBS. I got you. Concrete block structure. Yeah, cement or concrete, same thing, right? It's a good solid business if you can get into it. Concrete, it's a good solid business. There you go. And now you got hempcrete, right? That they're all raving about. Looks kind of funny, but I guess it's strong, fireproof. Why don't they make houses out of stuff that doesn't burn? Right? That's right. Well, friends, we did it again. Another episode, 246. And I was so happy to spend this Monday evening with you all. I'm glad that you all made it. I'm glad the Mud Rabbit is back because she was out of commission for a while. And let's pray for her as she heads into this storm, and everybody else who is also. Peggy Dancer, And all the other, is Peggy Dancer one of the ones too that is, yep, my basement has a cement room, panic room. Oh, okay. Panic picnic room could be. Picnic panic. Concrete is a solid business. Just ask Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah. Yeah. He's got the boots. Yeah. Yeah, hang in there, Kelly. We're rooting for you, Kelly Q. And everybody else, we're sending our geodesic dome of prayer protection around you to protect you with the power of geometry. Prayer-based geometry. Let's try that. Put a dome around everybody. A safety dome. Safety dance. Safety dance. Safety dance. Let's do the safety dance, shall we now? All right, friends. I better leave a little message here. Thank you so much for stopping on by. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you, Catherine Weiss, for the very generous super chat. That was fantastic. And thanks also for our guest who didn't know he was going to be a guest, but he was a trooper, Mike the fireman. So keep your prayers up for him and for our good friend Max and everybody in the line of this storm that our prayers can affect. So let's lighten it up for them, folks. So keep your cameras and your phones poised to the sky so you can take a picture of that UFO and come on to the Truth Quest and talk about it. Until then, peace in.